Pisces, you know what? I just pulled these cards for you. And honestly, I need to talk about this because the energy here is intense. We are looking at someone in your life right now who is playing games with you. And I can already see how this is going to unfold. The universe has some major revelations coming your way. And this person who has been ignoring you, well, they are about to face a reckoning that they never saw coming. So let me shuffle through these cards, because the story they are telling is absolutely wild. And I think you need to hear every single detail of what is about to happen in your situation. This reading is going to take us on a journey through deception, hidden feelings, and the truth that is desperately trying to surface right now. The first card that jumped out for me is the Six of Pentacles in Pisces. This card is showing me a very specific dynamic happening right now. There is someone in your energy field who has been treating you like you are beneath them, like they are doing you some kind of favor by even acknowledging your existence. I can see this person acting like they are in control of the situation, like they get to decide when and how they interact with you. They have been giving you breadcrumbs of attention, and then pulling back, creating this really toxic cycle where you are left wondering where you stand with them. But here is what the Six of Pentacles is really revealing to me, and this is important, Pisces. This card traditionally shows someone in a position of power sharing resources or attention with others, but in your situation, I am seeing this energy completely inverted. This person has convinced themselves that they are the one with all the power in this dynamic. They think they can just give you a little bit of their time when it suits them and then take it away whenever they want. They have been operating under the assumption that you will always be there waiting for them, that you will always accept whatever scraps of affection they throw your way. What they do not understand yet, and what the universe is about to show them, is that you are not someone who needs their charity. You are not someone who should be grateful for the bare minimum. This person has been so caught up in their own ego, so convinced of their importance in your life, that they have completely failed to see the reality of the situation. They have been ignoring you, yes, but not because they do not care. They have been ignoring you because they are trying to maintain this illusion of control, this idea that they are the prize and you should be chasing after them. The energy I am picking up around this Six of Pentacles is showing me that this person is about to realize they made a massive miscalculation. They thought they could keep you on the hook indefinitely, that they could play hot and cold with you forever, and you would just accept it. But something is shifting in the energy right now, Pisces. The balance of power is about to flip in a way that this person never anticipated. They are going to wake up one day very soon and realize that you have stopped playing their game, that you have moved on emotionally, even if you are still physically present in their life, and that realization is going to shake them to their core. Moving into the Five of Swords in Pisces, I need you to really pay attention to this because this card is exposing the conflict that has been happening beneath the surface. The Five of Swords is traditionally a card about winning battles but losing the war, about achieving victory through underhanded means, and then realizing that victory was hollow. In your situation, I am seeing this person who has been ignoring you, thinking they have won some kind of game. They believe they have successfully kept you at a distance, that they have protected themselves by not being vulnerable with you, that they have maintained their independence and their options by refusing to commit to anything real with you. But here is what the Five of Swords is really showing me, and this is where it gets interesting. This person has been fighting against their own feelings for you. They have been waging an internal war between what they want and what they think they should want, between their genuine feelings for you and their fear of those feelings. Every time they have pulled away from you, every time they have ignored your messages or acted cold and distant, they thought they were protecting themselves. They thought they were being smart by not getting too attached, by keeping you at arm's length, by making sure they had the upper hand in the dynamic. The problem is that in their attempt to win this battle against vulnerability, they have been losing the war for authentic connection. They have been so focused on not getting hurt, on not appearing weak or needy, that they have sacrificed the possibility of something real with you. And now I am seeing in the cards that this strategy is about to backfire on them spectacularly. The Five of Swords is showing me that this person is going to realize too late that the game they were playing was not worth playing, that the battle they won against their own emotions has cost them something precious. I can see this person in the near future having a moment of clarity where they understand what they have thrown away. They are going to look back on all the times they ignored you, all the moments they chose ego over authenticity, and they are going to feel the weight of that loss. The Five of Swords is telling me that their victory is going to turn to ash in their mouth. They are going to realize that by trying so hard not to lose, they have lost everything that actually mattered. Now we move to the Three of Swords in Pisces. This is where the reading gets really raw because this card is about heartbreak and emotional pain. The Three of Swords is traditionally one of the most difficult cards in the tarot deck, showing a heart pierced by three swords, representing the pain of betrayal, loss, and disappointment. In your situation, I am seeing this card working on multiple levels, and I need to explain what I am picking up because it is complex. First, the Three of Swords is showing me that you have been experiencing heartbreak because of this person's behavior. Their constant ignoring of you, their hot and cold treatment, their refusal to be honest about their feelings has been like knives to your heart. You have been trying to understand why someone who clearly has feelings for you would treat you this way. You have been analyzing every interaction, replaying conversations in your head, wondering what you did wrong or what you could do differently to make them see you, really see you. But the Three of Swords is also showing me something else, Pisces, and this is the part that the universe wants you to understand right now. This person who has been ignoring you is about to experience their own Three of Swords moment. They are carrying around so much heartbreak that they have never processed, so much pain from their past that they have never healed from, and it is all about to come crashing down on them. Their strategy of ignoring their feelings, of pushing people away before they can get too close, of keeping themselves emotionally unavailable, has been a way of protecting themselves from experiencing this Three of Swords energy again. The thing is, you cannot avoid heartbreak by refusing to feel. You cannot protect yourself from pain by building walls so high that nothing can touch you. All you do is trap yourself in your own prison of fear, and this person is about to learn this lesson in the most painful way possible. I am seeing that they are going to have a moment very soon where all the emotions they have been suppressing come flooding to the surface. All the grief they have been avoiding, all the pain they have been running from, all the fear they have been denying is going to catch up with them. The Three of Swords is showing me that this person is going to break open emotionally. Something is going to trigger them, maybe seeing you move on, maybe realizing how much time they have wasted, maybe just the accumulation of all their avoidant behavior finally reaching a breaking point. And when they break, Pisces, it is going to be devastating for them. They are going to feel everything they have been trying not to feel all at once. The heartbreak they thought they were avoiding by keeping you at a distance is going to hit them twice as hard because they will realize they broke their own heart as well as yours. Let me pull the next card because I can feel there is more to this story. The Three of Wands appears, and Pisces, this card is absolutely fascinating in the context of everything else we have seen so far. The Three of Wands is about looking toward the future with optimism and confidence, about having made plans and now waiting to see them come to fruition. It is a card of expansion, of vision, of believing that good things are on the horizon. In your situation, the Three of Wands is showing me that while this person has been ignoring you and playing games, you have been developing a vision for your own future that does not depend on them. You have been quietly building something for yourself, whether that is emotional independence, a new perspective on what you deserve in relationships, or actual plans and goals that are taking you in a new direction. The Three of Wands is telling me that you have been looking beyond this situation, even if part of you is still entangled in the drama of it all. What I find really interesting about the Three of Wands showing up here is that it represents a level of detachment and perspective that this other person does not have yet. While they have been stuck in their own fear and ego, playing power games and trying to maintain control, you have been evolving. You have been growing beyond the limitations of this dynamic. The Three of Wands is showing me ships coming in, which traditionally represents returns on investments, rewards for patience, and the manifestation of long-term plans. For you, Pisces, this means that all the inner work you have been doing, all the times you have chosen dignity over desperation, all the moments you have resisted the urge to chase after someone who is not showing up for you properly, all of that is about to pay off in a big way. The Three of Wands is telling me that you are standing at a vantage point where you can see possibilities that you could not see before. You are beginning to understand that this person's inability to show up for you has nothing to do with your worth and everything to do with their own limitations. The energy of the Three of Wands is also showing me that you are becoming a mystery to this person. Where they once thought they had you figured out, where they assumed you would always be available and waiting, they are starting to realize that you are looking in other directions. You are exploring new horizons, literally or metaphorically, and that shift in your energy is something they are going to notice even if they do not want to admit it. Now the Devil card comes through, and Pisces. I have to tell you, this card is absolutely critical to understanding what has been happening in this situation. The Devil is a card about bondage, addiction, and unhealthy attachments. It is about the chains we wear willingly, the toxic patterns we keep repeating, and the way we sometimes become prisoners of our own worst impulses. In the context of your reading, the Devil is showing me that this person who has been ignoring you is trapped in their own destructive patterns. They are addicted to the feeling of power they get from keeping you uncertain, from making you chase them, from knowing they have someone who cares about them even while they pretend not to care back. This is a toxic pattern that they have probably repeated in multiple relationships, and it gives them a sense of control that they are afraid to let go of. But the Devil is also revealing something deeper, Pisces. This person is enslaved by their own fear. They are chained to their past traumas, their previous heartbreaks, their belief that vulnerability equals weakness. They are trapped in a prison of their own making, where they have convinced themselves that the only way to stay safe is to never fully give themselves to anyone. The Devil is showing me that their behavior toward you, all the ignoring and the hot and cold treatment, is not really about you at all. It is about them being unable to break free from these chains. What the Devil card is also telling me, and this is important, is that this person has become obsessed with you even while they are ignoring you. That might sound contradictory, but let me explain what I am seeing. The Devil represents obsessive energy, the kind of attachment that is not healthy because it is based on need rather than genuine love. This person cannot stop thinking about you, even when they are actively trying to push you away. You are in their head constantly. And that is actually why they have to ignore you, because engaging with you would mean confronting their own feelings, and they are not ready to do that. I am seeing that this person lies awake at night thinking about you. They check your social media even though they pretend they do not care. They notice everything you do and everyone you talk to. They are hyper-aware of your presence or absence in their life. But they have convinced themselves that maintaining distance is the only way to handle these intense feelings. The Devil is showing me that they are trapped in this cycle where the more they try to ignore you, the more obsessed they become, and the more obsessed they become, the more they feel they need to maintain distance to protect themselves. The universe is showing me through the Devil card that this person is about to realize that they have been their own jailer. The chains they thought were protecting them have actually been suffocating them, and the moment of revelation that is coming is going to feel like both a liberation and a devastation, because they are going to see clearly, perhaps for the first time, what they have been doing to themselves and to you. Moving forward, we have the Knight of Cups in Pisces. This is where the energy starts to shift dramatically. The Knight of Cups is the ultimate romantic of the tarot deck. This is the knight who rides in with declarations of love, with emotional openness, with a willingness to be vulnerable and authentic. The Knight of Cups is about following your heart, about choosing love over fear, about being willing to risk rejection for the possibility of real connection. In your reading, the Knight of Cups is showing me a complete reversal in this person's behavior. After all the ignoring, after all the games, after all the avoidant behavior, this person is going to show up for you in a way that might actually shock you. I am seeing them coming to you with their heart in their hands, ready to be honest about their feelings in a way they have never been before. The Knight of Cups is telling me that they are going to stop running, stop hiding, stop pretending that they do not care. But here is what you need to understand about the Knight of Cups energy, Pisces. This card is appearing after all the previous cards we have discussed. This means that their change of heart is not happening in a vacuum. It is happening as a direct result of the lessons they are going to learn from the Three of Swords heartbreak, from realizing the hollowness of their Five of Swords victory, from breaking free of the Devil's chains. They are coming to you as the Knight of Cups because they have finally done the inner work, or at least begun to do it, to understand why they were behaving the way they were. The Knight of Cups is showing me that this person is going to approach you with genuine emotion and vulnerability. They are going to try to explain themselves, to apologize for their behavior, to make you understand that their ignoring of you was never about you not being enough. They are going to reveal the depth of their feelings that they have been hiding not just from you, but from themselves. The Knight of Cups energy is romantic and idealistic, and I can see this person coming to you with grand gestures or heartfelt confessions. However, and this is crucial, Pisces, the Knight of Cups can also represent someone who is all emotion without necessarily having done the deep work required for lasting change. This knight is sincere in the moment, genuinely feeling everything they are expressing, but whether they have truly transformed or whether this is just another phase in their pattern is something that only time will reveal. The Knight of Cups is showing me their intention to show up differently for you, but intentions and sustained action are not always the same thing. Strength comes through next, and Pisces, this card is so important for you personally. Strength is not about physical power or dominance. It is about inner fortitude, emotional resilience, and the courage to face difficult situations with grace and dignity. The Strength card shows a figure gently closing the mouth of a lion, which represents taming our own wild impulses and fears through patience and compassion rather than force. For you, Pisces, the Strength card is a message about how you have been handling this entire situation. Even though this person has been putting you through an emotional roller coaster with their ignoring and their games, you have maintained your dignity. You have not become bitter or vengeful. You have not stooped to their level of playing games or trying to manipulate them into giving you attention. The Strength card is telling me that you have been stronger than you probably give yourself credit for. But the Strength card is also giving you guidance about what comes next. When this person shows up as the Knight of Cups, when they come to you with their confessions and their apologies and their promises, you are going to need to draw on this strength energy more than ever. Because the real strength is not in immediately taking them back, not in accepting their words without seeing changed behavior, not in abandoning your own boundaries because someone finally says what you have wanted to hear. The Strength card is telling me that you have the inner power to make wise decisions about this situation. You have the strength to acknowledge your own feelings for this person, while still maintaining clear boundaries about what you will and will not accept. You have the resilience to hear them out without necessarily believing that one conversation or one emotional declaration changes everything. The lion in the Strength card represents powerful emotions and desires, and this card is showing me that you have the ability to acknowledge those feelings without being ruled by them. I am also seeing in the Strength card that you have learned to be gentle with yourself through this process. You have not beaten yourself up for having feelings for someone who has been treating you poorly. You have not judged yourself harshly for hoping things could be different. Instead, you have been patient with your own heart, understanding that healing and growth take time. This compassionate approach to yourself is going to serve you so well as you navigate whatever comes next in this situation. The Five of Cups appears, and Pisces. This card is showing me the emotional landscape of what both you and this other person have been experiencing. The Five of Cups is traditionally a card about loss and regret, about focusing on what has been spilled rather than what remains. In the classic imagery, a figure stands with their back turned to two cups that are still standing, so focused on the three cups that have been knocked over that they cannot see what is still available to them. For you, the Five of Cups has been showing up as moments of grief over how this situation has unfolded. You have found yourself mourning the potential of what this connection could have been if only this person had been emotionally available from the start. You have experienced sadness over all the time that has been wasted on games and mixed signals. You have felt the loss of trust that comes from being ignored by someone who you know has feelings for you. The Five of Cups is validating that these feelings of loss and disappointment are real and legitimate. But for the other person, the Five of Cups is showing me a future experience rather than a current one. I am seeing that when they finally wake up to what they have been doing, when the truth of their behavior becomes undeniable to them, they are going to be overwhelmed with regret. They are going to look back at all the opportunities they missed to be real with you, all the moments they chose fear over authenticity, all the times they could have shown up but decided to hide instead, and they are going to feel the weight of those lost possibilities. The Five of Cups is showing me this person standing in the aftermath of their own choices, finally seeing clearly what they have thrown away. They are going to be so focused on their regret, so consumed by their realization of what they have lost, that initially they might not even see that there could still be a possibility for redemption. The Five of Cups energy is heavy with the emotion of, what have I done? And how did I let this happen? And why did I waste so much time? What I find significant about the Five of Cups in your reading is that it appears after the Strength card and before what I sense will be some kind of resolution. This tells me that both you and this person need to fully process your feelings of loss before either of you can move forward in a healthy way. The Five of Cups is teaching both of you to acknowledge what has been lost without getting stuck in that grief forever. It is showing that regret and sadness are part of the journey, but they should not be the destination. Now, the Seven of Cups comes through, and Pisces, this card is absolutely perfect for revealing what has been going on in this person's mind this whole time. The Seven of Cups is about illusions, fantasies, and having too many options to the point of being unable to make a clear choice. It is about being so caught up in imagined possibilities that you lose touch with reality. For this person who has been ignoring you, the Seven of Cups is showing me that they have been living in a fantasy world of sorts. They have been telling themselves stories about why they need to keep their distance, creating illusions about what would happen if they actually committed to you, imagining worst-case scenarios that justify their avoidant behavior. I am seeing that in their mind, they have created these elaborate justifications for their actions that allow them to avoid taking responsibility for how they are hurting you. The Seven of Cups is also revealing that this person has been operating under the illusion that they have unlimited options, that they can keep you on hold while they explore other possibilities, that there will always be time later to get serious about the connection with you. They have been floating in this dreamlike state where they do not have to make any real decisions because they have convinced themselves that all possibilities will remain open indefinitely. But the Seven of Cups also shows something else that is crucial to understand. This person has been confused about their own feelings. They have so many conflicting emotions and thoughts about you that they have not been able to see clearly what they actually want. One day they might feel deeply connected to you and scared by the intensity of that feeling. The next day, they might focus on all the reasons why a relationship would not work. They have been cycling through different emotional states and different narratives, unable to land on any solid truth because they are too caught up in their own mental confusion. What the Seven of Cups is telling me is that this fog of confusion is about to lift. Something is going to bring clarity to this person that cuts through all their illusions and fantasies. They are going to see the situation for what it really is, rather than what they have been imagining it to be. And that moment of clarity, when all the Seven of Cups illusions fall away, is going to be shocking for them because they are going to realize how much they have been lying to themselves. For you, Pisces, the Seven of Cups is a warning not to get caught up in your own illusions about this person. Do not fantasize about who they could be if only they changed. Do not lose yourself in imagining a perfect future that might never materialize. Do not mistake their potential for their reality. The Seven of Cups is asking you to see things clearly, to base your decisions on what is actually happening rather than what you hope might happen. The final card is the King of Pentacles and Pisces. This is such an interesting card to end on because it represents stability, security, and mature masculine energy that is reliable and grounded. The King of Pentacles is someone who has their life together, who keeps their promises, who builds something solid and lasting rather than living in emotional chaos or uncertainty. In the context of your reading, the King of Pentacles is showing me the ultimate lesson and outcome of this entire situation. After all the drama, after all the ignoring and games and emotional turmoil, what you really need and deserve is King of Pentacles energy. Whether that comes from this person finally growing up and becoming stable and reliable, or whether it comes from you moving on to someone who already embodies these qualities, the King of Pentacles is the energy that is going to bring you the security and consistency you deserve in love. I am seeing that the King of Pentacles might also represent you stepping into your own power and stability. After going through this experience with someone who is so emotionally chaotic and unreliable, you are going to develop a much clearer sense of what you will and will not accept in relationships. You are going to build your own kingdom, so to speak, creating a life that is so solid and fulfilling that you do not need someone else's validation to feel complete. If this person truly does the work to transform, if they move through all the lessons of the previous cards and come out the other side, they would need to embody King of Pentacles energy to win you back. That means not just showing up with Knight of Cups emotions and promises, but actually demonstrating consistent, reliable, stable behavior over time. The King of Pentacles is not impulsive or flighty. This king makes decisions based on long-term thinking rather than short-term feelings. This king follows through on commitments. This king creates security rather than chaos. What I am picking up from the King of Pentacles is that the universe is guiding you towards stability in love. Whether that is with this person who finally gets their act together, or with someone new who already operates from this grounded energy. The King of Pentacles is telling me that you have been through enough uncertainty and emotional roller coasters. The next chapter of your love life is meant to be characterized by reliability, trust, and the kind of solid foundation that allows love to truly flourish, rather than just survive. So Pisces, let me bring this all together for you, because the story these cards are telling is profound. You have someone in your life who has been ignoring you, playing games with your emotions, acting like they hold all the power in this dynamic. But the truth that is about to come to light is that they have been desperately fighting against their own feelings for you this entire time. Every time they ignored you, they were actually thinking about you. Every time they pulled away, they were feeling the pull toward you even more strongly. This person is trapped in their own fear and past trauma. They are addicted to toxic patterns that give them a false sense of control. They have been living in illusions and confusion about what they really want, but everything is about to shift dramatically for them. They are going to experience a painful awakening where they see clearly what they have been doing and what they have been risking losing. The heartbreak they thought they were avoiding by keeping their distance is going to hit them hard when they realize they have been breaking their own heart all along. They are going to show up for you eventually with genuine emotion and vulnerability. They are going to want to explain themselves and make things right. But whether that transformation is real and lasting or just another phase in their pattern is something that remains to be seen. The cards are showing me that they have the potential to become the stable, reliable, grounded partner you deserve, but that would require real work and sustained effort on their part. For you, Pisces, this reading is confirming that you have been handling this situation with remarkable strength and dignity. You have been processing your own grief and disappointment while maintaining your boundaries and your sense of self. You have been looking toward your own future rather than getting completely consumed by their games. The universe is telling you to continue trusting your own inner wisdom, to not get caught up in illusions about who this person might become, and to hold out for the kind of stable, secure love that you truly deserve. The truth is coming to light, and when it does, this person is not going to be able to ignore you anymore because they will be too busy desperately trying to get your attention. The power dynamic is shifting, and you are moving into a position of strength where you get to decide what happens next, not them. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should, Pisces. Trust the process and trust yourself.